Well, hello there folks, good evening and welcome back to the Masters Championship. Tonight it is Division 2 and as you can see it is around France and we have 18 drivers. You're all probably wondering why it is on Wednesday night. I'll just literally go into it before the actual race starts. I'll explain why I have changed it to a Wednesday night instead of a Friday night. But I'm sorry for the delay, I had to sign into the account again, so that's why we're a bit late, but we'll just get ourselves up to date here quickly. I'm just out of sync, I should have had this all done. But yeah, right, so there's a couple of new drivers as well. Jan 475 is in the Haas. He is, I don't know what his pace is like, never really heard of him before, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Kieran Trapp is also back as well. He's in the Renault. And then Adamako's back, he's in the Williams. And then there is Santu Rika 7, he is in the Haas as well, and he has just lost connection to the session. So there's a couple of new guys in, and to keep us just reserving for tonight just to see what his pace is like for against the guys in Division 2. So at the minute everybody else is still pretty much the same. I asked all the drivers could they race on a Wednesday night and majority of them said they could, so that's why we have bigger numbers, which is very good to see. But yeah, we'll just crack on again with the qualifying. So a 30.7 from Jan is not too bad now on a set of softs, and he's 3 tenths ahead of PFC Steve, who I just do believe has actually crashed, as Timo goes up in the second place. Is there anybody else coming across the line? It is a Haas, I believe. I think it is. Jan's only come to start his lap. Who else? There is Sways in the pits. Then there's a Williams. I'm trying to get myself going here. I don't even know where I'm going. The Williams is Adam. He's out of the road, but we're going with Joe, because Joe's about to start a lap. And he's got the engine glitch, so I might actually go off him because that's a bit disturbing. Who else have we got? We have Joe, he's just starting his lap there. Then we have, I do believe that is a Force India, that's the keeper probably starting his lap as well. Yes it is, so most of these guys are just starting their lap. There is a couple of guys that are on an actual lap, so we'll go with Thomas here because he is the furthest forward and he is in the Mercedes. He's currently 4 tenths up on his lap time and he is on the hard tyres, so this is looking good for a mid 31 if he can keep this going. We'll just see what he does when he crosses the line. It's going to be a mid 31. It's not, it's going to be a high 31, but it's still a decent lap time with a 31.9. You roughly, if you're in the mediums, you'd roughly want to be in the mid 31s, and on the hards you'd want to be in the mid 31s, and on the mediums you'd want to be pretty much mid 30s, and then on the softs you'd want to be high 29s, mid 29s. So I don't know if we're going to get a 29 on softs today. I really doubt we will. I think most guys will probably go for the medium tyres, so because the softs don't last particularly too long. But Timo is not too far behind, like it's only a couple of hundreds to Jan or Jean. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm very sorry if he watches it back and sees that I pronounced it very wrong, but we're right on board with the keeper. He is currently 2 tenths down. As I said, that Jean has just went to 30.3, so that's a very good lap time, just found 4 tenths, so he's looking pretty nippy at the minute. But we'll see now what the keeper can do. He was currently 2 tenths down in the first sector, but he hasn't really nailed that. He should have been a bit tighter to the corner, but we'll see now. Is he going to pit? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's going to continue. There he goes now to cross the line. Is this going to be a 30, or is he going to stay in the 31s? It looks like it's going to be a 31. It's a 31.0, so he did improve by 2 tenths, so he did find 2 tenths from somewhere. Sidegate as well, he's 1.4 seconds down. Thomas is coming into the pits. Adam's on an outlap. Joe's currently a bit up on his time. He's in the first sector, so we'll come back to him when he's closer to the line. Ripper Rick, I think Ripper Rick is the furthest forward, but I don't know if he's going into the pits or not, but we'll go right on board for him just to see what he can do. He's having a bit of a, he's in the pits to say, he's having a bit of a tough season. He had a bit of an incident last week with Sidegate and hasn't really went particularly well for him so far this season, but hopefully it actually can come back to him and he can actually string a good couple of performances together. But Sidegate, he's currently down. So who's the next furthest forward then? Is that Timo coming into the pits, or is that Swaying on an outlap? And then after that it is Adam on an outlap as well, and behind him is a Haas, who I believe is Jan. He's probably going to come into the pits. So I think the next person on a lap is Joe, so we're right on board with Joe to see what Joe can actually do. Joey's a bit wide, but he is in no ERS, so maybe he's just coming back into the pits as he is on the hard tyres. Yeah, I think he's probably just going to come back into the pits. Yeah, he's in the pits. And then we go on Sway. So Sway is probably they're going to be the first man to set a lap time. So we will ride on board with Sway because he hasn't actually set a lap yet. See how he does. Oh, it's tricky. It's into turn 4. That's a bollocks of a corner on a wheel, I'll say that much. Turn 5 actually nails it pretty well. Turn 6, you want to go full throttle here, but you can't really because the way the corner goes, you kind of have to lift a bit. Turn 7's flat out. And just a long straight where we might see a good chunk of overtakes. Hopefully we do. There he goes now into turn 8. Down in the 3rd gear, I'd have took it in 4th pretty good. And he takes turn 9 pretty well, rides the curb. Because you can gain a couple of tenths through that if you ride that curb, surprisingly. That's the way this characteristics of this track works. But he has done, well, it's a 52.8 overall. Turn 10 just completely flat out. Turn 11's a very nice corner. It's very good when you hook it up. Now he's completely out of it. I believe this is up into turn 12, maybe turn 13. So I'm not great with the turns on this. It is turn 12. Has nailed it pretty well, to be fair. Hasn't really got too much loss. He's in the turn 13, just completely flat out. Turn 14. Tight into 3rd gear. It needs to get the rotation of the car. Into turn 14, last corner. And there's a good exit out of the last corner. What's he going to do in the mediums? It's a 31-1 and it's a decent lap from Sway. A very decent lap on the mediums. That's not a bad lap time. I think if he went on sauce, which he probably won't have time to do. Adam Mako's also improved to 31-3. Is there anybody else out on a lap? PFC Steve, he's in the pits. So everybody else is now just coming out on to do their final runs. And I think the furthest person that actually is about to start a lap is Tom. So we will ride aboard with Tom pretty. There was a bit of an incident happened between him and Unsafe Release in qualifying. I just found out. I don't know what it was because I did not see it. So you may wonder as well why Tom is in the Red Bull. That is because Mark the Man can't do Wednesday nights, and him and Addy are friends, and they both didn't have a teammate. So I was like, right, you two can just jump on each other and make it easier. So I freed up the Renault spot, which means Kieran Chop is by himself at the minute until I get another driver in to partner him up. But Tom, he's lost the back end completely there, and it's just been an absolutely shocking first sector. If I was Tom, I'd back out and just go again, which it doesn't look like he's going to do, but he might have enough fuel for another time run. So anybody else? Ripper Rick, he's only starting his lap as well. So all the guys are pretty much going for, look like they're going to go for 2 runs. It's going to be good to see. So Thomas as well. I don't actually know who's going to be favourites to win this race, like, to be honest, because if you're going by a Jan is at the minute, he's looking absolutely favourites to win it, because he's 4 tenths ahead of Timo, and it doesn't look like anybody else is going to touch him. But the softs are not particularly the greatest tyre, which is going to be the problem. But Adam and Sway have both, I think both of them are, well, both of them are not saving ERS because, well, I think Adam's saving ERS. I think Adam might be going again. Sway's burned through his ERS, so he's just going to come into the pits and retire. But where's Tom? Tom's pretty much ran out of ERS, so I don't really think Tom's going to be able to do anything here now because his ERS deployment is completely gone. But we'll see what he can do out of the last corner. It's a 32 flat. Not a bad lap time. He's 4 times ahead of his teammate Addy, who is now out on the medium tyres. Then we have Yarham as well, who is probably going to be one of the favourites to be up there because he's a very quick driver. Same with Joe Corby. Joe loves this track as well, so does Kieran Trapp. So it's going to be a couple of guys that it's going to be interesting now to see how they get on. As that is Ripper Rick now improved to 31.6. Very good lap from Ripper Rick, but we are Yarham. It's a 31.1 and puts him into P5. It's so close with some of the guys on the medium tyres. So there's Adam Mako, he's currently up on his time as well by a 10th. Thomas has moved up to 30.9. That's a fantastic lap on the medium tyres from Thomas. Absolutely fantastic. I was a 10th up. Is there anybody else further up the road? Saigi's not. Tom's completely done. Addy's just starting a lap. So I believe Adam is the next person to go across the line. So we'll ride on board with Adam. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do a wee bit of a broadcast view. Broadcast view looks better. So we'll see it is. He's still a 10th up. So this could, if Adam can nail this last sector, he could possibly do a high 30, which would be an absolutely fantastic lap if he can do it. So we will see as he navigates the big long right hander. As I said before, it's a fantastic corner if you can nail it. Very good. I think it's very good in a pad, but it's an absolute nightmare on a wheel because the car just doesn't want to turn. But that's an argument for a different day. But yeah, he's coming into the last 2 corners now, as he has a Alpha in front of him. Is that unsafe release? It must be unsafe release. Unsafe release backed up too much, and Adam goes and does a 31.0. Might have been held up a wee bit by unsafe release coming through the last corner, but hopefully not. And the next person to come is that the keeper? No, it is not. It is the other racing point, which is Yorham. And Yorham's 1.6 seconds up. Well, that's definitely just been a corner cut. Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's backed out of his lap. So who's the next person then? It's Mercedes, which I do believe is Sidegate. So Sidegate's going to come across the line here now. Is that two P4 finishes the last two races? Have been an absolute good showing, but he has backed out of his lap. So he must have involved data somewhere. Who is that? I do believe that is Adibaba coming across the line. What can he do? He does a 31.5 and puts him into P9. And then the next person is going to be another Haas, which I do believe is Jan. Or Jani. So sorry, I'm just going to call him Juan. I'm just going to call him Jan. Or Juan. But he is going to come across the line. Activates the DRS. Is this going to be a quicker time? It is. It's a 30.0 and it's 7/10 quicker than Timo in second place. Is this just going to be a one-sided race? Well, and Joe, as I say, that goes up and does a P4 with a 30.9 as well. It's a good lap from Joe. And I do believe everybody else has pretty much finished their laps. So the only two people not to set a lap was Bomber and Unsafe Release. Nice wee drink a cup of tea. But yeah, well, we've still Adam out, but Adam's coming into the pits now to keep us in the pits to retire. So once Adam goes into the pits and retires, we'll pretty much be able to go on again. And he has retired, so that's not too bad. I'll do a quick rundown of the stands, and then whenever the race starts, I will literally explain as to why it is a Wednesday night now instead of a Friday. But yeah, Juan is up pole, and he done a 30.0, absolutely fantastic lap. PFC Steve actually went in the second place with a 30.6. That's a good lap from PFC Steve. Then you have Team 1 third, Joe in fourth, who is the highest medium runner, Thomas in fifth, Takipa sixth, Adam seventh, Yoham eighth, Sway 9th, Adi 10th, Ripper Rick 11th, Kieran Trapp in the hards down at 12th, Sygate in 13th, Tom at 14th, Unsafe Release 15th, Santiu, who I don't believe got back into the session, is 16th, Awesome to 17th, Bomber is in 18th, and that was the rest of it. So yeah, is everybody pretty much ready up and all? I'll literally just explain as to why it was a Monday. It's a Wednesday night. So basically, the race used to be on a Friday night, and the last 3 or 4 races we weren't having any streams. The drivers, like, I don't know if it was just the day didn't suit the drivers, or some of the drivers just couldn't have been arsed racing on a Friday, which is understandable because people want to go out and go on the drink and all and get absolutely slashed and everything on a Friday night. It's understandable, but I just says it's not fair on the guys that do turn up to not get a stream. So I was like, right, I'll change the day because I'm free every Wednesday. So I says, right, I'll change the day, which means I can commentate every Wednesday night. And yeah, pretty much that was it. There was a couple of guys couldn't do it, but I managed to get a few drivers in. I got Jan in, I got Santiu in, I got Takipa's only reserving, I got Kieran Trapp back in. There was someone else that got back in as well, but I can't remember who it is. And yeah, got all them boys back in. They're all willing to race Wednesday nights, so that's good to see. And hopefully now for the foreseeable future and for the rest of the season, we can actually get some decent turnouts. But yeah, that pretty much was just, it was basically just to benefit the Division 2 boys and the league. So hopefully, fingers crossed that everything does go according to plan. But I will quickly go through the standings here, as these guys do go through their formation lap. So basically, so Team FC Coreboy, after 7 races, is first with 123 points. Yarm is in second with 107, but that has to be changed because he was classified as P7 in Monaco when he wasn't actually in his car. So I think that was what, 6 points he got, or what was it? Yeah, it was 6 points he got. So minus that, so he's actually on 101 points. So Joe's got a 22 point lead. Then Sway's in third on 71. Stevie G, who's not here tonight, is in fourth on 62. And then Joint Fifth is Timo and Seigate, who are both on 47, closely followed then by Adi Baba on 40. And then in the constructors, Racing Point leading the way in 169, then Alpha's 136, and then McLaren is 118. So the driver stands at the minute looks like Joe's having it pretty easy at the minute. So we'll see now how he gets on towards the mid part of the season, because I know he loves this track, but I don't know if the rest of the tracks now for the rest of the season is going to suit him as much. So we'll just see how he gets on. Hopefully he continues a good run of form, because I know Joe, and he does want to do well. And like, he may say he doesn't give a crap sometimes, but he actually does. He's very passionate. Like, he puts his heart in the sleeve. Like, if he gets taken out, he's going to show his anger, like, which everybody pretty much is going to do. Like, so hopefully he does well. But in terms of race winner for this race, you can't really go past Jan, can you? Because like 6/10 quicker in qualifying. Like, nothing more you can do. Although some of the guys in the mediums, like Joe and Thomas, could also be in for a good shout, because I don't know if Jean's going to be able to do, like, I don't know if he's going to be able to go softs to hards. That's going to be very tricky. But we will see. Everybody's pretty much went for mediums apart from Tekipa, Timo, Steve and Jan, and Awesome Dude is also 17th on the hards. Everybody else is in the mediums. So we'll get this race going and we will see. Let's get a good camera angle of it somewhere. Oh, don't give me this shocking camera angle. Here we go. Absolutely brilliant. But here we go. We have 3, we have 4, we have 5 red lights. And we're underway, and Jan gets a good start, so does PFC Steve, and looks like Joe Corby in behind's got an absolutely fantastic start on the medium, against Timo. Are they gonna go? Is there gonna be any instance in the back? There's not. Joe's going around the outside of Timo. Oh, and Timo and Joe's had a bit of contact. Oh, and there's a Renault. The keeper's round, and Sway's also been collected in it. Oh, it wasn't. It was Timo's been collected in it. Oh, that's not a good start for Timo. Not a good start. Oh, and I think it was Kieran Trapp trying to go up the inside of someone there. Oh, and the safety car's out. The safety car is out. So this is going to help Timo. This is the joys of having the new patch. But as I said that, PSC Steve in the lead of the race. Absolutely fantastic start from PSC Steve. Absolutely mental. Thomas up in the 3rd, Joe into 4th. Adams also into 5th, and Johan into 6th. I think Jean and PSC Steve are going to get absolutely swamped from these medium guys, because like, by the time the safety car comes in, yes, the soft guys won't have worn their tyres out too much, but like, it'll not take too long until they actually wear out. So the medium guys are going to have a massive advantage here. But that was not the start that Tekipa and Timo wanted. Both down to 16th and 17th, but both of them I do believe have substantial wing damage. But with the safety car out, it shouldn't really disadvantage them too much. They'll be in last, but they'll have a fresh set of tyres on and a new wing, so it's not necessarily too bad. Awesome Dude in the hards could benefit from this as well. But yeah, we didn't even make it 5 corners, and the safety car was out. Great, brilliant. I love it. It's a shame they couldn't do this in the Division 1 race. Yeah, Jean's in. He's pitting for a set of medium, so he's going to go for a 2-stop. Sway's also in. Timo's also in, so the two of them must have had wing damage. What's he here now? Timo's going to get held up. Yeah, they're both of them have wing damage, and and Sway's also got a 5-second penalty as well. This is going to really hurt Timo. Oh, Timo's going to be absolutely raging in that helmet there. Underneath that helmet, he is going to be raging. Although Sway's rocking a nice helmet though, I must say that. It's a very nice helmet. I can imagine Timo who are going like, come on guys, come on guys, come on guys. You know what Timo's like when you watch the streams. But the keepers actually come out in the hards, and Timo's now out, so Timo's lost a lot of time. But the safety car should be out for a couple of laps, so hopefully they do catch back up. But yeah, everybody on the mediums and hards. PFC Steve's still out on the softs. PFC Steve, man, this man likes to take risks. He likes to take risks. Right, well, as we're doing this here, may as well go onto my phone and see who's in the chat. So, LBTV, nice. See you in the chat, and you hope Timo wins this race. Well, at the minute, he's down in P17, so don't know if he's going to win this race now. And Merc, you say, can you see the tires? You're seeing the tires, so don't try and question me again. Thank you very much. And Captain Chubb says the hards won't last to the end, so looks like we're expecting another pit stop from the guys on the hards as well. So it's be mixed and interesting. Well, PFCC needs to be very close because he doesn't want to be stuck really close behind that safety car, because God knows what this game's going to be like. It could end up stopping the safety car and he could end up crashing in it. But let's see now. Sway's caught up to the back of the field. Timo should catch it this lap. I think a safety car will be in this lap as well, but Timo should catch it. Yeah, he'll catch it, no problem. Won't do his tires any good though, so we'll see. This is gonna be fascinating now. It doesn't look like there's gonna be any rain whatsoever because it just looks like bright clear skies, so this is good. This is what we like to see. But yeah, let's just check biggest gainer so far. So the biggest gainer actually so far is actually their joint. It was Bomber who started P8. Well, it was P18, but it's really P17. He's went up to 12th, and Sidegate has started 13th and went up to 7th. So that's actually a very good start from Sidegate. Everybody else has pretty much went up, apart from the boys at the bottom, who have all went down a lot of places. But everybody else has moved up, which is good to see. Actually, wasn't a bad first lap, to be fair. Like there was at the keeper spun, who I do believe collected Sway, who also hit Timo. Juan just pitted because he wanted to get off the soft tyres, so there wasn't really many wing damage flying there. So apart from the bottom three, there wasn't really much other contact. Well, there was a wee bit actually, sorry, as I say out there with Joe and Timo, but I just think it was just a case of the game just being stupid. Awesome dude's exceeding track limits with 10-second penalty. He can get that removed if he shows me the footage on the race director. He'll get that removed. But as you can see, the safety car's in this lap. So let's see now when PFC Steve is going to pull that R2 button to get this race underway. Where's Awesome Dude going? Where is Awesome Dude going? Well, somebody's taking out the boards, so that's good. That's what we like to see, but I'll get back to the front because this is where all the action is going to be now. See, now is the safety car away because PSC Steve's going to dictate the pace. He needs to get a massive jump. The safety car is in, so he should be able to literally launch it out of the last corner. He doesn't, he launches it now, and away he goes, and Thomas is completely read it, and Thomas is very close behind him, and Joe and Adam Mako are both there as well. We'll see now, because Thomas is going to get a massive slipstream along this big long back DRS straight. PSC Steve's going to be a sitting duck, but hopefully he has the grip in the tyres to actually pull a bit of a gap, because he needs to. But we'll see now, because Thomas is pushing. You can see he's in ERS mode 5, so he is pushing. PSD Steve has pulled out a bit of a gap, but it's through this corner here because you need to get a fantastic exit from this corner. I don't know if he has because it looks like Thomas is really close. We'll see now if Thomas can get a massive slipstream. He's an overtake. See if he can do this. It doesn't look like he's closing because PSD Steve's also an overtake. So PSD Steve's got very good straight line speed run and very low wings. Joe's just sitting in behind, has lost a bit of time. He might want to close up a wee bit. It's also Juan and Bomber have also switched positions. Timo's very close to Keepa, but I don't think Thomas is going to make the move just yet. There's also Tom Pretty is very close behind Ripper Rick. Was nearly about to make the move, but he couldn't. Ripper Rick and Tom, and as ahead of Ripper Rick is Sidegate, the person he had collision with last week. But to keep Bomber's starting to lose a lot of positions. Has he got wing damage? No, he doesn't have wing damage. But to keep us past him, Bomber's run wide. Timo's going to be furious because he'd want to get the move done. And Timo has got the move done. Sway's going to want to follow. Is Sway going to follow him? He does. I think Bomber actually... Oh, he's not coming in. Oh, Bomber's going to try it again down the inside. Not giving us up with that fight. But Sway's got a fantastic exit. and it looks like he's going to make the move in bomber. And as I said, Thomas and Joe have switched positions, and in the background as well you see Yarham trying to go up the inside of Adamako. Is he going to make the move? He does. Oh, and he nearly collects Thomas in the process. Had to cut the corner a wee bit as well. But these guys are getting very close. That puts Joe in the second place now. Thomas has burned through most of his DRS. Does he have wing damage? Some reason these camera angles keep showing me the wing damage. Oh, and Thomas, where's he going? Where's he going? He must have wing damage because I don't know where the hell he's going. He does. You can see at the front right, he's wing damage. Alibaba now is going to try and overtake him down the straight. And he does. Easy move. Thomas will be in the pits now. Probably this lap for a set of hard tyres to come in again. Awesome dude is in the pits and he's pitting for a set of mediums. Just going to bank on a safety car, I'm presuming. But yeah, the question is Joe Corby going to make another victory? Because this will be 3 in a row. Could we possibly be seeing Joe Corby way too quick for Division 2? We don't know, but Thomas and Sidegate. Thomas has now let his teammate go. Doesn't really want to hold him up too much as he feels Sidegate's probably going to score the better points this evening. But Ripper Rick is closely followed, and then you have Kieran Trapp right behind Tom Pretty. Yeah, Thomas is in the pits, a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. We'll see here now. Yeah, Kieran's very close to Tom now. Don't think he'd be close enough to make a move in the turn 1 though. No, he's not close enough to make a move in turn 1. Yarham's got a 3-second penalty. We'll see a lot of penalties this evening because it's kind of like Canada's an absolute AIDS of a track for penalties. Beautiful helicopter shot here now. DRS should be enabled as well, so we'll see what Kieran Trapp can do. I don't think Tom still has the DRS from Ripper Rick ahead. We'll see how low of wings Kieran is running. We're right on board and see. He is closing, but he's not closing a lot. And if anything, Ripper Rick's the one that's closer to Sidegate, so we'll see what Ripper Rick can do. It's still pretty close. Like what's the gap like from 15th the whole way to first? It's only 13 seconds. Like that's not a lot. There's a big gap forming though between Sidegate and Adibaba, which I don't know if Sidegate is having wing damage. I don't think he does. I think just Adibaba's just got a lot more pace. But Ripper Rick and Sidegate are pretty close. I don't think there's going to be a move made unless Ripper Rick is a brave man and tries it into the last corner, which he might. He does not. He just tries to go for a better exit, but looks like Sidegate actually got the better exit. But look at this train. Look at this train of cars. You've also got Jan as well, who's coming, and he's on a fresh set of... Well, he's not really on a fresh set. He's in the same amount of laps, mediums, and to keep us not too far behind on a set of hards, followed by Team 1 Sway. So they're all still... This pack here from Sidegate downward. Sidegate's causing a massive train, and then PFC Steve's causing a massive train ahead with the front 4. Well, right on board now with Joe Corby to see if he actually can make the move in PFC Steve, because it looks like PFC Steve's got absolutely fantastic straight line speed and Joe just can't do anything about it. Yeah, he is closing. Like, to be fair, he is closing, but it's just coming out of the corner. He's just not close enough. He needs to be close enough and get a good exit. And Ripper Rick and Tom. Oh, Tom tries to go, but then you have Kieran and all as well. Tom tried to make the move on Ripper Rick, but Ripper Rick fights back, and that's allowed Sidegate now to get the gap. And in the background as well, who is this? I thought someone was making a move there, but they weren't. But Tom's looking very feisty. He is looking very feisty. The gap's all pretty much staying the same. Thomas picks up a 3-second time penalty. We'll go back to the front now. And Joe's very close here to PFC Steve. He's got the DRS. Don't think he's going to be close enough in the turn 1 to make the move. No, he's not. PFC Steve puts his car in the middle of the track. Joe has to decide where to go. Let's watch this corner. We've also got Juan as well going for the move on. Unsafe release. Is he going to make it around the outside? Oh, it's going to be a brave one. But it looks like he's made the move. Yes, he has. Good move. But now we'll go back up to the front here. Look at this, the front four. All so closely matched. If PFC Steve can hang these tires out, he might actually still be alright. But we'll see. But Joe, look at this. Joe's a lot closer now. This should be the move made here now. And I think Yorham will not be too far behind him. Joe's going to make the move. And there he does. He makes the move. Ah, it's a good move from Joe Corby into P1. Yorham and Adam Michael, if they want to keep with Joe and have a good battle, they need to pass him here now. But Yorham looks like he's got a fantastic ice. So PFC Steve with slipstream has got absolutely fantastic, as I say, with the straight line speed. Yorham's just going to find it difficult. He needs, the only way he can do it is if PFC Steve doesn't get DRS. But Joe has run a bit wide. PFC Steve looks like he's got a much closer, much tighter line. Oh, Yorham's so close. He's virtually pushing him through it. Into turn 12. Yorham actually looks like it's the better exit. 13, 14. Oh, is he going to take another last corner? Is he going to go down the inside? He's going to go for it. Oh, it's a bit of contact. Oh, and Yorham, bit of contact. That allows Adam to go around the outside. It was a brave move he had to make, but he had to go for it. That's allowed Alibaba to close back up now. But Sidegate now is just a pretty much 3.5 seconds behind Alibaba. Ripper Rick is closing that gap up just a wee bit, but this train, like, this is just mental. It's just, nobody's really making an overtake. It's just, everybody's so close together. But now that PFC Steve is out of Joe's DRS window, Joe can just get his head down now and just focus. But it's going to allow Adam now to get a lot closer. We'll see now. Adam, he's got a good run, but I don't know if he's close enough because Joe was a lot closer the previous lap. We'll see now. Is he going to make the move down a turn? Oh, he is. He's going to go for it. He should be able to make it. PFC fights it. Adam's going for the switchback. That's a good move. Oh, it's a good move from Adam. He read it, and that's the move made. And Jan makes the move on Kieran Trapp as well. So it's a couple overtakes being made, and then in the background as well, unsafe release. Bit of DRS and Kieran Trapp. Try to go around the outside. Would have been a brave move. Oh, Kieran Trapp's got wing damage. That's why he's so slow. He's got wing damage. I don't know who that was from. Surely he's going to have to pit now because that looks like that's an orange front wing. And PFC Steve's also was another. Well, he's actually in the pits, as I should say. But Yorham's also pitted as well. So Yorham managed to pass him and get into the pits before him. And Kieran Trapp gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Still not over just yet, because these hards now can go 17 laps. As Joe's got a 1.7 second lead over Adam. These two guys are probably be very closely matched in pace. Ripper Rick's got a 3-second penalty. Tom's just closely following behind. Juan's also got, he's also P7 and 6 tenths behind. Thomas is overtaking Kieran Trapp, so Kieran Trapp's out now in P16 with his wing damage, or with the replacing front wing. He's still not too far behind Yorham, so if he can get his head down, he might actually still be able to make up a couple of positions, because I think the safety car might come out again. But Timo's close behind, unsafe release. But he's unable to make a move. Is Sway being held up by Timo, or is Timo just naturally, is Timo quick, they're both just relatively safe pace, but Timo's going to try and go up the inside into turn 12, 13 into 14. Oh, Sway's going to go into the pits, is he? No, he's not. Tom's got a 5-second penalty for speeding. Adam's now closed the gap up on Joe to 1.1 now. So it looks like this battle at the front could be getting very feisty. Unsafe release, 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Ripper Rick and Sidegate both still yet to pit, both P4, P5, not a bad showing too far from the two of them. To keep on them hards. It's going to try and go to the end of the race probably, but I don't think they'll make it. But we have Timo here, DRS, unsafe release, 2 co-commentators for Division 1, side by side. Unsafe release doesn't even fight him or Sway, just lets the two of them go, and that's the two of them both into P8 and P9. After the first lap instance, so it's a good recovery drive from the two of them. Then you have Tom right behind Yarham, Thomas, and Kieran is closing up now on Thomas. Thomas has absolutely no ERS left. One base, bring us a safety car. But the top two have pitted, Joe and Adam, and it actually was 6/10. Look at how close Adam is now. And both pit crews are right beside each other as well. So it's going to be the battle of the pit. And Adam, Alibaba is still yet to pit, but Joe, Adam, and Joe gets out in front. But it's going to be close between the two of them, as Ripper Rick is in the pits, probably going to get held a wee bit. Yes, he is, but not substantially too bad. As Thomas has left the session. Is that just a rage quit, or what is that? Oh, Ripper Rick nearly loses it. As Kieran Trapp now behind Ripper Rick, which is not actually too bad because I think he will close that 4-second gap to Tom Pretty as well, so he might still be on for a good handful of points here, Kieran, if he just keeps it going. Sway and Timo still pretty close. I have no idea how this race is going to finish. I really don't. I think Joe and Adam will be fighting for the race win the whole way. But we will see. To keep us still got relatively decent pace on the hard compound tires. But Timo and Sway are struggling to get past them. And this is really the only close battle on track, so we will stick with it. As Sidegate pits and Unsafe Release also pits. And Awesome Dude gets a 3-second penalty. As he lights up the rear tyres, or Sidegate does. Sidegate on the hards. Oh, well, actually, what was I saying before he started in the mediums? My bad. Unsafe Release is now probably going to go to the hard compound tyres as well after serving a 5-second penalty. Oh, Sidegate close to Tom. As all the medium guys ahead still have to make another pit stop. Thomas and Unsafe Release. So Unsafe Release actually gets out ahead of Thomas. Well, he actually didn't. He managed just to overtake Thomas's ghost car. But as I say, Kieran Trapp closed that 4-second gap to Tom. Well, it wasn't even 4 seconds. It was a bit more than that. But he has closed the gap now to Ripper Rick. So he is looking like he's got the pace about him. So we'll see how he gets on. But Tom Pretty now right behind Sidegate. Is he going to make the move around the outside? He can move if he can make it. Into turn 8, Sidegate closes it off. Turn 9, is Tom going to go for a switchback? He tried it, but Sidegate read it beautifully. And Sidegate's not really close to the Yarham to even get like a bit of a toe or nothing, so this is just down to sheer straight line speed that Sidegate has. As Sidegate has absolutely no ERS left. Tom's only got a wee bit. And then Yarham's only got a wee bit. Alibaba now does make a pit stop as well. See now, is there anybody else near straight? Because this Tom and Sidegate battle is the closest one on track. Well, actually, you have Sway and Timo, who's still very close as well. As Adam Echo sets the fastest lap of the race on his fresh hard tyres. He's closely behind Joe Corby. But we'll stick with Tom and see if he can make the move into turn 1. He's choosing to go around the outside, which will give him the inside for turn 2. And he makes the move. Brilliant move from Tom around the outside. You have PFC Steve close to Alibaba, who's just fresh out of the pits. Is PFC Steve going to go down the inside? It's going to be a brave one. Oh, he's ran deep. Alibaba's going to go around the outside, and I think he makes the move. He does. Good race. Oh, Johan barges his way through. PFC Steve didn't want to give it up. But Joe Corby gets past Bomber. He does, and Adam's trying to make his way through. Oh, it's going to be a tight one. Adam knows he needs to stick with Joe if he wants to have any chance of winning this race. And I think he's going to get past Bomber here now, just with the straight line speed. And he does Bombers on pretty worn medium tires as well. But yeah, them two are still going to be very close. Adam will probably sit in Joe's DRS and just save ERS and everything. As Kieran is now close up to the back of Ripper Rick, who have closed the gap now to Sidegate as well, and Tom. So, as I said before, Kieran Trapp's not necessarily out. He can still get a good handful of points here if he keeps going, and that's with wing damage as well. But Sway in to keep. Sway makes a move around the outside. Joe Corby sets the fastest lap of the race. Sway made a beautiful move around the outside of the keeper there as I was talking about it. So he has actually made the move on Timo as well, which I did miss. So I do apologise, or else Timo just let him go. Sway's looking like he's got some good pace on these worn medium tyres. As Juan's just away on up the road. 4-second gap, but whenever he does come out of the pits, he's going to be... How far is he going to be behind? Because the pit stop around here is around about 20 seconds, I do believe. Well, actually, he might actually come out in third place, 7 seconds, sorry, behind Adam and Joe, which is actually not that bad. And he will be on a fresh set of medium compound tyres as well, so he could actually still win this race. Alibaba and Yarham and all need to actually get their heads down and actually start eking out a couple more tenths. And as I said, Yarham's going to go for the move on Addy. Addy's going to fight it. Oh, it's a good fight back. He's aggressive but fair. Yarham had to cut the corner to avoid anything, but it was a good bit of defensive driving as Kieran Trapp does make the move on Ripper Rick. And now next in line from is Sidegate. He's going very aggressive with the ERS as well. Only got 5%. A lot of these guys only have 5%. Like, yeah, and you've Addy and Adam and Joe who are roughly around the 50s. But to keep us in the pits now from the hard tyres, it was a bit of a strange thing to go for the hard tyres if you weren't going to try and go to the end of the race. You should have just went medium and then medium again, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure he will go medium compound tyres now. He'd be stupid to go softs. He does go medium, so we'll see how to keep it now gets on a fresh set of medium compound tyres. Should be pretty quick to be fair, so we will see. And is he going to come out behind this whole big train? He might actually. I think he's going to get out ahead of Kieran Trapp though. Isn't he? This might actually help Kieran Trapp though, because the keeper's going to be very quick and Kieran can just stick with him, as there is a yellow flag in sector 2. I don't know who that is. The yellow flag's been cleared up there now. Someone must have just lost it. It must have been Jan who lost it a bit, because he was like 4.7 seconds ahead, but he's now only 3.5, so he must have made a bit of a mistake. But Adam and Joe still very close. Alibaba's lost a lot more time. Yarham and him are still having a ding-dong battle. Tom's looking very racy. He's now onto the back of PFC Steve. At the rate Tom's going, Tom could actually catch Yarham and Alibaba. Like, he could catch the two of them, and if he does, that could be probably a net P4. Because I think Jan's just going to come out and he's going to catch Joe and Adam, but whether he'll overtake the two of them or not, I don't know. He might actually be saving for a set of soft tires, because if he stays at the lap 20, softs at the end, he'd actually be flying. So we will see. I don't know, but Tom has made the move. Or has he? Or is PFC Steve's trying to fight him? I think PFC Steve's trying to fight him. As Timo's in the pits now after 17 laps. That's good. That's a good showing on the medium tires. I didn't think to go 17 laps now, to be fair. You could actually be a brave man and try and go soft medium if you're really, really good in your tires. But PFC Steve's going to try and come back now, Tom Pretty. Oh, and there's close. There's a bit of wheel banging on the straight. Tom doesn't want to give it up, but he has to relinquish the position because PFC Steve was knocking down without a fight there, and Sidegate's closely followed behind to keep it on a set of mediums is there as well. Kieran Trapp is also there as well. So there is still a lot of points available for some of these guys. Safety car coming now would help Jean and Sway really would help the two of them, because it would gain them a lot of positions. And they could go softs and pretty much go to the end. So we'll see. I think if it was safety car was to come out, I think most of the hard runners would probably pit for a set of softs. They'd be stupid not to. Sidegate was trying to go for an ambitious move there. The keeper's trying to go around the outside, couldn't make the move stick. Oh, bit of lag. But the keeper is here. Hasn't really got the straight line speed, and ahead Tom, PFC Steve are still going at it. Oh, the keeper around the outside, he's ran really wide. He's not going to be able to make it stick. He is not, but he might be able to make it stick. Oh, he's made the move on Sidegate. It's a good move from the keeper on Sidegate. It's just the extra grip and the medium tires has just helped him. Sidegate's going to try and come back, but he can't. And Kieran Top's closely following. Look at this train. PFC Steve the whole way downwards. It's just, that's what happens. See, when you're having a big massive fight around here especially, you lose a chunk of time. Oh, and they're close. The keeper's trying to go up the inside of the two of them. Oh, it's going to be brave, but I think he's going to make the move stick. And he's off the track. PFC Steve doesn't want to give it up. The keeper's going to try and go around the outside now. Kieran Chop on Sidegate as well, but the PFC Steve got no choice here. The keeper's just going to all over the back of him. The keeper's just going to absolutely swamp him down the straight. Oh, but he's had to back out of it a bit. Alibaba's been overtaken now by Yarham on the straight as well. The keeper's made the move from PFC Steve. And Sidegate's looking very racy now on. But Kieran Chop, is he going to try and steal one around the outside? Oh, he was thinking about it. He was thinking about it, but Sidegate closed the door. Would have been a very nice move if he had caught Sidegate sleeping, but he didn't. Yarham and Alibaba still going at it. Oh, but Alibaba runs deep. Yarham's going to make the move. Still side by side. Sidegate and Kieran Chop's also side by side. Sway's in the pits. It's close battling. It's interesting now coming into turn 12 and 13 to see the actual different lines that everybody takes. And as I said that, Sway to go for a set of softs, it was inevitable. Like, he took them 19 laps, set of mediums. Like, you could go softs, but he is going to be rapid. Incident Sector 3, who is that? Is that Kieran Chop? Oh, it is, he's had an incident. I don't know who it's with, and he's retired from this session. Oh, he's had an incident with someone. That's unfortunate. Because he actually looked like he was about to get a handful of points again. It must have been an instant mistake. Must have been. Very unfortunate. So just a bit of bad luck today. But look at this. Adam and Joe. It's going to be for the net lead. Adam's going to try and go around the outside. Joe's going to fight it. Oh, it's tight. It's brave racing. But Joe is going to keep the move. Joe's not going to give this up. And he's being pushed to the limit. Going by ERS as well. Adam has a lot more ERS to play with. A lot more. So Joe's going to have to do a lot of hanging on here. We know these two have had a lot of beef in the past, but it's actually good to see that they're actually showing each other a bit of respect, and it was good, hard but fair racing to keep as well as not too far behind Alibaba and Yarham. So the keeper's actually still on here for a third place, as he picks up a 3-second penalty, as I say that. And Sway, oh, he's going down the inside of the keeper. Well, actually, I say that Sway actually could be on for a P3 here, because he's absolutely flying on them soft tires. Oh, the keeper spun it! The keeper spun it! Oh no, he spun it! That's unfortunate for the keeper. He was doing so well. He just clipped the back of Pia. He just clipped the back of Alibaba. It was just unfortunate. Alibaba is now in the ERS mode 4. Sway is going to try and go around the outside. Here we go. Nice wee it's a bit of a helicopter shot. Kieran Chop leaves the session. Oh, down the inside. Oh, and Sway makes the move. That beautiful move from Sway, but Alibaba's going to fight back. Oh, it's close. It's close. But I think Sway has the grip now on the tires, and Tekeepa's also made the move on Tom Pretty, so Tekeepa has taken one Red Bull and he's going for the other one. And PFC Steve is out. PFC Steve is out. Has he crashed it? And the safety car is out as well. This safety car is out. This has helped Jan so much. He's practically won this race. He has won this race from the safety car. If I was Joe and Adam, I'd pit for set of softs as well, because they might still come out ahead of Yarham. Like, Jan's going to go into the pits here now, pit for set of softs. If I was Joe and Adam, I'd do the exact same thing. Like 13 seconds with the safety car might still be alright. Yeah, they both pit as well for a set of soft tyres. I think Jean's going to come out in the lead. Oh, but he actually has a 5-second penalty as well, so maybe he won't. Nah, he will. Them two are still only entering the pits. Yeah, he's out in front of the two of them. And Yarham's in the pits, Adibaba's in the pits. Sway's only one to stay out, so Sway is looking like he could nip the win here. Like, he's going to come out behind Jan, I think. Is he? He's going to come out in front of him. Oh, Sway could win this. Oh, this is going to be a nail-biting finish to keep us decided to stay out in his mediums. Tom has stayed out in the hards. Now, that's a brave call from Tom. And Timo's also stayed out in the centimeters. This is brave. Like, so many different strategies. I think Kieran Top's now maybe a bit of raging that he probably could have stayed in this race, but would the safety car come out if he was here? You just don't know. We'll see. This is going to be a nail-biting now, last 6 laps. Now this is going to be a nail-biting last 7 laps. I think Tom's going to get absolutely swamped on these hard tyres. Swamped. Maybe he should have pitted for softs. But to be fair, I do admire the different strategy that he was doing. I do admire it because, like, he's probably thinking, I'm not going to get a good result any other way, so I may as well just stay out and just go for something different. I don't really think he could pit either because Adi was in the pits. Yeah, so he's just going to stay out. He's just going to have to stay out. That's right, Thomas's car is actually going to hold everybody up. But yeah, not much more we can really say until this race gets back on. Let's just see now who's gained the most positions now after this. So Tom's actually gained 10 from staying out. I didn't even know Thomas rejoined the session, to be perfectly honest. Hopefully the safety car is in this lap. It is in this lap. Thomas has joined again. Is he going to make it back for the safety car? It would be very interesting, but he is on 16 lap old hard, so he's pretty much screwed. And Psyche's overtaking him as well. And Ripper Rick's overtaking him. This has just been an absolute shambles between these three. Psyche's got 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits. And ignoring yellow flags. I don't think Thomas knows how to reselect his camera. Well, we are going to get going again, and Sway's going to be the leader. 100% ERS, pretty much everybody will have. Sway launches it out of the last corner, nearly loses it, and that gives Jean. Jean's just got the speed he needs. Don't think Sway's going to be able to do anything about it. Well, he actually is. He has the straight line speed to keep him behind. Is he going to go for the move down the inside? He isn't, but see there, Joe's trying to go around the outside. Tom Pretty couldn't make the move stick. He's getting facing his last 3 laps. Joe's got fantastic exit. Is he going to go down the inside of Tom? He's surely going to have to. Saige's got another penalty. Oh, Joe's clipped the back of Tom, but it's nothing too major. Joe's got the he's got the speed. Is he going to make it? Thomas has left the session again. Tom Pretty's got decent straight line speed. Oh, and he's went deep as I say that. Oh, Joe's ghosted. Joe's ghosted. Oh, and Joe and Tom's made contact. I think that was just Joe's car ghosted and then just reappeared. But he has got past. Adam Echo's just taking everybody. Yarham's now up. Timo's out. Timo is out. Migrating host. He's pissed. He's out. There won't be another safety car. Probably not. Oh, who's that that's in the wall? A Sharham as well. He's in the wall and he's no front wing. Oh, it's just absolutely... It's carnage. Yarham's out. Thomas' controller stuck. Virtual safety car. Sway's still going to hang on another bit. Absolutely carnage safety car restart. Tom and Joe both will receive 3-second penalties. There's a VSC is... Yep, VSC is away again. Adams also received a 3-second penalty. But there's nobody really close enough to it. Well, actually, I say that there. Ripper Rick is trying to fight Tom Pretty here. Tom is getting, as I said, absolutely swamped on these hard tires. It was a brave move to try and go for it, but it doesn't look like it's going to pay off. No, and he's... Oh. Unsafe release now is going to make the move. But he's and Tom still got the straight line speed. But he has a bit of a wiggle on 13 lap old hards. Unsafe release takes a wide line. Should make the move stick. He does indeed. Good move from unsafe release. Back to the front now. This is the battle for the lead. The keeper's still there as Adam and Adibaba and Joe are still there as well. So any one of these 5 can, or 6 sorry, can still win this race. With 3 laps to go. John is getting the DRS now. The keeper's dropped back a bit on them medium tyres. And Adibaba's dropping back a bit, but Joe Corby is hunting him down. Could this be the podium streak finish for Joe Corby now? Every race he's participated in this season, he has finished on the podium. Doesn't look like it's going to happen here today with only a 6th place. You'll see the keepers now got Adam all over the back of him, and Unsafe Release has made the move now and Ripper Rick. Unsafe Release's race has just come to life now since that 2nd safety car. There we go. Adam Mago's going to make the move on the keeper. The keeper's not really going to be able to hold him behind. And he doesn't. And Adam Mago makes a move and he's into P3. Can he chase down the 2 leaders? Because Sway's getting hunted now. But I think Sway and... They've near enough same ERS. Well, not really. They have a couple of things. But, oh well, they're close enough. So they might still be alright. Sway's looking like he's got the better straight line speed. See, Tom's now down into P11. He's just getting overtaken left, right and centre. He's trying his best to defend, but it's just the tyres aren't working for him. Unsafe release, he's trying to go around the outside of Ripper Rick, can't make the move stick. But Joe got past Adi Baba. And now he's in the back of the keeper. John sets the fastest lap. Adam just beats up by half a second. Joe just beats up by a further 2/10. As we're coming down now to the last 2 laps. Who's going to win this Grand Prix? Is it going to be Sway? Is it going to be John? Is it going to be Adam? Is it going to be the keeper? Or is it going to be Joe? Because there is a few penalties, but I'm not sure who has the most. Like, any of these top 6 can still win it. From this front 6, it's been fantastic racing from all 6 of them, to be fair. It's actually been fantastic racing from everybody. There's a wee bit in the middle where some of the back guys were just, it was a bit of bombarding. There was a couple instances, but it wasn't too bad. It's been one of the better Division 2 races, to be fair. But don't think he's going to be able to make the move on the keeper. He's going to try and go for the lunge. No, he's not. The keeper runs deep. Joe's going to try and hang it around the outside, but he can't. Or can he? Joe's in overtake mode. The keeper's, well, Joe's on hot. Oh, and his contact! His contact! Joe slipped the back at the keeper. Is he gonna in the wall? Oh, he's reset back on track. Oh, that's unfortunate. Joe's down to P9. But Jan has overtaken Sway, as I did miss that as well. That was my bad, I was watching that instant. Adam is close as well. Is Jan going to win this race? Or is Sway going to win this race? Or is Adam? Remains to be seen. That incident from Takipa and Joe, it just looked like it was... It's hard to say because it looks like Joe understeered in them. It looks like the space was there. I'm not sure, I need to look at it again. But I did get a decent enough view of it. We're on to the last lap. Sway has the DRS. He'll have 2 bites at the cherry here. Jan's run wide. He's run very wide. But I think he's going to have the straight line speed on Sway. It's close. Sway needs to get a fantastic exit off this corner. Jan's went wide. Sway might be able to take him. Oh, Sway's got the fantastic run. He's going to have to launch it down the inside here or something to get this. Here we go, Jan's inside of the track. Sway's going to do the cutback. Sway's going to have to go around the outside. Oh, and he's defended it. That's going to be Sway's probably last chance. Adam Mako's also there as well. So what way is this going to finish? I have absolutely no idea. But it does look like at the minute Jan's going to cross the line in first place and Sway's going to take second. Unless Sway can launch it down the inside of the last corner, which I don't think he's going to be close enough. No, he's not. Jan must be, he's no ABS as well, so fair play to him. But he comes across the line, he is weaving, so he must have won this race. He has... Sway's out in the 4th, Adamako takes 2nd, Takipa takes 3rd, Adi 5th, Sygate 6th, Ripper Rick actually goes 6th, Sygate goes 8th, Unsafe Release goes 8th, Joe goes 8th, Bomber goes 7th, Awesome... I don't know what way it finished there. It was just... Every friggin' position was changing, but Awesome Dude did finish P12. I think actually Tom Pretty took the last point. We'll see how it finished here now. So Jan did win the race. He actually didn't have any penalties whatsoever, so that was all credit to him. Adam finishes 2nd, Keeper finishes 3rd, Sway finishes 4th, Adi finishes 5th, Ripper 6th, Bomber 7th, Joe finishes in 8th, Unsafe Release 9th, Tom in 10th, Thomas, who wasn't in this car, will not be classified. Awesome Dude finishes 11th, and Sygate finishes 12th. So that was a very good race now, I must say myself. Let's just look at some of the consistency from the guys, you know. get a wee bit of an insight from everybody. So he was doing mid 35s, and that's not too bad. And then he was on the 30. The consistency. Adam was in the 34s on hards. It's not too bad a lap times either. So all credit to the guys. You would have to say, you'd have to give Jean driver of the day, because like, I know he started in pole, but he won the race and didn't get any penalties. Another decent shout could be Adam Mako, because he started 7th and finished 2nd, but he did get a penalty. So for that reason, or also to keep it started 6th and finished 3rd. There was a couple of good drives out there to prefer, but you'd have to give Jean driver of the day, because DRS, or not even DRS, first place, took pole, no penalties, and yeah, the qualifying pace didn't really showed like the gap was going to be too big, but it actually wasn't. It was actually a lot closer in the race. So must have just been a TT setup he was running, but yeah, it was a pretty good race now, I must say myself, and I do apologise if the stream was a wee bit boring for you. This is my first time back in ages, so I'll try and make it a bit more hype for next week. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. Wrapped up from me anyway, so join us again Monday night 8 o'clock for when the Division 1 guys are tackling this track, and we'll see you then.